Every day when I get home from work, I sit down right here and I do some stretches while listening to a Hanuman Chalisa. I light an incense, I run my beads through my fingers, and I realize that I'm trying to achieve something beyond myself and beyond the moment. I'm trying to get into a space of clarity or acceptance or wisdom beyond my situation, to try and get like a upper hand on what's going on, or to be okay with what's going on. But usually it's the smell of the incense or the tune of the song I'm listening to, or the sound of the mantra in my head, the feeling of the beads going through my fingers that brings me back to not only the experience I'm having, but that this thing I'm trying to achieve is the experience I'm having, and I'm looking right past it. I look right beyond it into a imaginative make-believe plane where what's happening can't be what you're looking for. Like just what's going on right now, just the essence of being. I could be caught up in ego trips and memories and imagining things and all this and that, but in essence I am just here. I am just, whatever labels you want to put on it, sitting here. I'm awake, I'm alive, I exist. And when you look at the experience you're having, you see why we've done what we have in terms of culture and, society. It's meaningless. There's innately no reason why this is going on right now. That's a scary realization at first, but you barricade yourself from I guess realizing or remembering that aspect of reality with hobbies and careers and personalities and relationships and activities and all this stuff that makes you think there's a purpose to what's going on. But when you just sit and, go inward or outward or whatever, because at the end of the day there isn't really an in and an out. It's like everything you've been doing and making reality out to be is irrelevant compared to, the actual experience you're having, when it just comes down to the innate experience. When you just look at what you're seeing, or hear what you're hearing, or smell what you're smelling, or feel what you're feeling at any given moment, it seems like it's not enough. It seems like it's boring or pointless or uninteresting or not deep or whatever. But everything you derive your sense of meaning out of comes out of this world. out of this experience, and you get so excited about imagining different ways and forms of this sensual experience. You know what I mean? Like when I think of enlightenment, I think of not feeling sensations of attachment, I guess. And in turn, I think that's a good sensual experience, you know? And although I say to myself, well, there would still be bad feelings during enlightenment, I still have this idea that because I'm enlightened, it won't be bad, you know? But a negative, uncomfortable sensation is a negative, uncomfortable sensation, you know? It's just a matter of how attached you are to its uncomfortability or its negativity. Trying to make this video while little baby kittens are roughhousing in the background is, you know, it keeps grabbing at my attention and grabbing at my emotions as well, you know, making me get irritated or get distracted from what I'm doing. But I guess it's a good example of how, you know, reality isn't a certain way. And to hope or wait or wish for reality to be a certain way so that you can do what you've been waiting to do, essentially a plan, things are going to seem really, really weird because, you know, just for example, I'm sitting here and I want to make this video and I want the focus to be right, I want the lighting to be right, I want it to be kind of quiet, you know, I don't want all this roughhousing in the background, but there you have it, is little kittens running around doing what little kittens do, and it still continues to grab at my attention, but I'm still just going to keep talking, I'm still just going to keep expressing, because I'm not living in a world where I can only make a video if those kittens aren't playing and they're being quiet, you know. I'm living in a world where they can do what they need to do while I make my video. And I guess that idea of being able to make your own world, why do we make it so hard on ourselves? You know, why am I sitting here going, if only these cats would stop running around so I could make this video, which is gonna surely be the answer to my happiness, the recording of this video. Why not live in a world where whatever happens, happens? Whatever, you know, anything flies, anything goes. Ah, so, and that too. Wow, and that too. Oh, no way. And what made me want to make this video is, I don't know, like I was saying in the very beginning, I realized, you know, sitting here doing this little ritual thing, I'm trying to get somewhere beyond myself, but it's so much more relaxing and understandable to just be where you are and not push it, not, you know, not try to pull the strings and control the show from behind yourself, you know, because that's you too. You thinking you're one-upping yourself, you know, as I've heard it put, going behind yourself and pushing, you know, to give yourself a head start, you know. You can't pick yourself up, you know. You can't push yourself forward. You just are your experience. And it's going wherever it does based on different unfoldings of, you know, morals and emotions and current perspectives and karma, past past experiences, past memories, all these different calculations are what carry on the moment, you know, and you're not even there having to do anything. It's just happening to you, and you sit there going, I have a good life, or I have a bad life, or whatever. You just take it as your experience, your journey, your depression, your happiness, or whatever. I find peace in non-differentiation of reality, of the experience, the sensual experience that I'm having. When I sit here and I pull back from my labels of, you know, I'm me experiencing this, or I'm at work, or I'm stressed out trying to calm down, or I'm meditating, or, you know, I'm hanging out in my room, I'm listening to music, I'm making a video, I'm watching a video, all these different differentiations of the experience you're having, of what's going on, what's happening, you know, what's actually going on. When you don't differentiate the experience you're having, it's just this amalgamation of energy, you know, and you find yourself a part of all of it. You find yourself everywhere, all through it, and you're not this, you know, you're not up here. It's just the way it is. It's just the way we experience. It's the way experience happens, is through a vantage, you know, and that doesn't mean that I'm in here, you know, and that doesn't make the world out there. It's all just this field of energy that has different aspects and differentiations. And you get so caught up in the aspects and differentiations, like just all the labels, you know, I've said a bunch of them by now. Just all that stuff that differentiates and categorizes the experience you're having. You know, if I were to differentiate the experience I'm having right now, I'm a human being sitting in my room taking a video with an incense lit in front of me, and, you know, my beads in my hand, and I'm 19 years old, and I live on planet Earth, and I am looking for something to do in life, and, you know, hoping everything turns out all right. Just that kind of shit. You can just go on and on and on with it. It's like reading a book, you know. But once you catch up to the moment, the book's being written as you're reading it. And as you find yourself reading or experiencing a spontaneous experience, you find yourself to be spontaneous as well. And things get really interesting when you see the world spontaneously, as a spontaneous thing. I'm watching my incense right now, and I just tried to get, you know, a visible plume of smoke on the camera, but, you know, the idea that's coming to my head is, you know, smoke isn't thinking about how to do what it's doing. At least in my experience, it doesn't look like it's thinking about how to do it, it's just doing it. And to be honest, we are a lot like smoke. We are a lot like smoke as well, where, you know, yes, we may have a longer lasting form, a more solid form, apparently, but I'm not choosing any of this to happen. I'm not thinking about how all this is gonna go down. I'm just here for the ride, like the smoke that's just churning, the smoke that's just changing. It's just there, doing it, changing, and here I am, changing. And here's a kitty. Here's a little kitten. No, personality is very interesting. Psychology is very interesting. The way mind interacts with matter, or you know, I can't even talk about anything beyond mind at this point. You know, because what is matter? You know, what is the difference between mind and matter? What's the difference? I can touch matter, but I can't touch my mind. Well, who's to say thinking certain thoughts aren't touching thoughts? Or who's to say when you touch matter, you're thinking in a materialistic way? It's all just a way of looking at things. It's all just a free-for-all, you know? And we all just settle for something that we know isn't the truth if we look into it. But we find ourselves just not wanting to go any further, not wanting to nudge anything anymore, because holy fuck, we don't know. We don't know, so we settle for, you know, we're in space, this is a planet, or, you know, this is matter and mind manifested together, and that's what's going on, you know? But all of it just seems like just another person that doesn't know what the fuck's going on and is really trying to figure out what's going on. And they draw a picture of what they think is going on. And a lot of people believe it, or a lot of people don't believe it. Just because something is a popular opinion doesn't make it true. After all, I was told I'm Devin. I'm a person. I'm a personality. I'm this, you know. That was one of the biggest lies I've ever been told. By so many people. By so many people. We don't need things out of this experience. We have deeply rooted attachments to certain things that we think we need. Food, water, heat, comfort, you know. Those are some really deeply enrooted things we need. We need those things. Why? Because we mustn't die. We just can't die. We have to be alive. Now that's a little touchy, because then it makes it look like I'm somebody that doesn't honor life. I'm somebody that doesn't honor life because I don't think I need food. I don't think I need water and warmth. It's just something that I egoically desire to maintain living. You know? But what about that means I don't honor life? Just because I know I don't need food doesn't mean I'm going to stop eating food. Just because I know I don't need life doesn't mean I'm going to stop living life. There are ways in which life is lived, food, water, and warmth being part of it. Why back out? Why keep going? Where are you going to stand? What are you going to choose? What's real? What matters? Where does your imagination turn into where does your imagination turn into reality? Where, oh, whoa, that's too far, cut it out. We're pushing it now, Northwood Shaman's over here saying we don't need food and water. Whoa, he's gone too far. I had this thought years ago as a kid, back when I was getting into trouble with this and that. I had this thought, and this is pretty far out. I thought, what's the worst they could do to me? What's the worst that could happen to me? They're gonna throw me in jail? Oh no, I'm just sitting in this room. Oh, boo-hoo, here I am. Oh, what, you're not gonna feed me? You're gonna put me in an uncomfortable environment? Oh no, I'm uncomfortable, but here I am. Oh, what, you're gonna kill me? You're gonna kill me now? You're gonna end my life because I'm so bad? Oh no. Poor me. What's the worst that could happen? I'm gonna end up on the side of the in an alleyway in a city, homeless, eating out of trash cans? Well, there I am, eating out of trash cans in an alleyway. What's the worst that could happen? I die. And it was this idea that there's a part of me that's untouchable. There's a part of my experience that you just can't get at. I can't even get at it. Because it is me. It is me. And we can dissociate from it. Psychologically, we can psychologically dissociate from it, in which we will differentiate it and say, whoa, this is really bad. I'm in jail. Or whoa, I'm a failure. I'm poor. I'm eating out of a trash can. Good God. But in all those instances, one thing is in common. There you are. There you are. Now, why can't they get to that part? Why can't they get to that part of you that's just there? Well, it's because it's like an astral layer of this reality, If I'm not, you could insult me, you can hit me, you can punch me, you could even kill me, you can torture me, you can do all of the stuff. But if my heart's still pumping and I'm still alive, here I am. And the only reason I say, and I'm still alive, is because I'm not sure what happens when we die. But I bet you, there I am. There's an untouchable aspect of us, and I think it's our soul. I think it's our spirits that are, vicariously being lived through this vessel. Like in a dream, even though you think when the monster's chasing you, or in my instance, if I'm getting like shot at or stabbed or something, yeah, it's scary. Yeah, it's nerve-wracking. I think I'm in danger. But have you ever noticed how if you don't wake up as it happens, while you're being eaten by the monster, or you've just been shot, or you're, you know, or stabbed or something, or you're drowning underwater, once again, there's the interpretations of, oh my god, this is so bad, this is terrifying, holy shit, please tell me this is a dream, I'm dying, the whole trip. There's also just an underlying experience to it. The way it feels, you know, what it sounds like, what you're thinking inside. But you associate so much so with the thinking aspect of yourself that the experience of it, which is neutral in moral, is completely snubbed out. You don't even recognize that, you know, you are just still experiencing in a different way. You're just experiencing in a different way. You don't catch on to that because you're so caught up in your description of it that you don't see, you know, say I've been stabbed or shot in the leg. You don't see the experience of, oh wow, warmth in the leg, pulsations coming from the leg, you know, pressure, all these just different aspects of the sensual experience you're having. It's scary, so you aren't focused on the experience because it's scary, it's bad, you need to get yourself out of this. But if you just give in to the experience, which is technically pretty hard to do in a dream, because you're unless you're lucid, you're at the whim of how you psychologically are as a person, you know. So if you don't got a head on your shoulders in terms of, you know, pulling back from differentiating things and the experience you're having, scary dreams are going to be scary dreams, like they are for me, because I don't go lucid. But in a day-to-day experience, when you experience things that are negative or scary or uncomfortable, you could call it being the witness or the observer, but just watching it play out, watching the feeling of anger or pain arise, you know. The way pain arises is interesting, and you know, it's all so interesting. It's all so interesting when you look at it, rather than, you know, jumping off into the dialogue every single time. The next time you get angry or scared or hurt, instead of being taken away by your dialogue, try to remain present of the experience at hand. Feel the pain generate and radiate through the body to different areas, and feel where it's more intense and less intense. And watch as it, I mean, unless it's some sort of intense critical injury, watch as it dissipates and doesn't last forever. And note how your mind tightens when you get hurt or angry or whatever, or scared. Notice how your mind kind of tightens, and the contents of what it's thinking speed up or revolve around that one thing really intensely. You know, how can I change this? How did I get myself into this situation? Why did I deserve this? All that shit. Just try to see it all. Just try to see it all. Continue to hear when you're in pain or angry or sad or whatever, or scared. Continue to see. That's another really big one, another good grounding. Continue to see the world around you through the veil of the thoughts. You know? We just get so caught up in that layer of thoughts that the whole rest of our experience goes static, gone, muted out, like it's not even there. You know? You stub your toe, spirituality goes out the window. Somebody really insults you, rather than just doing something that's, oh, they're just trying to insult me, I'm better than that. When they pull that right chord and really piss you off, spirituality goes out the window. Because you're so caught up in your dialogue, you're so caught up in your differentiation, defining the aspects. Remember how in the beginning of this video I was irritated that there were a bunch of hyper cats running around me? Now they're sitting here sleeping with me. Do I deserve this? I must deserve to have two calm cats sitting with me right now. Just like I deserve to have them yanking at my attention towards the beginning of this video. And now they're laying with me very calm. Matter of fact, I've calmed down quite a bit since the beginning of this video. And I didn't even know why I really started the video. I just wanted to talk about, why are we always trying to take things beyond what's happening? Why can't we just be with what's happening? Why do I need to come here and try to go beyond my experience into some other thing that I think won't be like this? If I can't be here for this experience, how am I going to be here for any experience? Because I'll always be looking at this, projection beyond the experience. I'm having this experience. I die, okay? I die. Go to the afterlife. I find out what happens. And I'm there and I go, well, this is pretty far out, but where am I? Where does this place come from? Imagine if you were able to have that ability when you die and you just find yourself lost again. You thought death was going to answer everything, but now you're still just egoically wondering about every aspect of your reality. That's why I think it's a good idea to settle on down with this experience. Settle into this experience that you're having. Not look into the future and try to prepare it. Not look into the past and try to change it. Not take yourself in the moment and try to push yourself towards something that you think's coming up, that you think you've prepared for, you know what I mean? Just fucking be. If you're being right now, keep doing it. Just be here. Just be here. Every now and then I wonder to myself, who am I to be telling people this stuff? I don't even live up to it myself. How do I have the audacity to tell people these kind of very wise fucking things that I've heard from all these saints, and then act like I understand them and then not even do them or live up to them myself? Well, that's just my karmic situation. I've learned all this crazy shit and I don't live up to it. But that's not going to hold me back from talking about it. Of course I'm still trying to, I'm still working on myself and trying to, wiggle myself into these states of just acceptance and, pure integration of what I have learned. But in the meantime, while I'm still just this egoic habit, I'm going to blurt as I will. I'm going to spout off as I will, And I may look back on it like, oh, damn, he was one hot-headed motherfucker. But right now, I feel it's like, to hold back and not talk about what I think and what I've learned and what I think I know, that as well is another ego trip. that is just as much another ego trip to think I'm not good enough to let these people know. I'm not as good as the ones who should be telling about the things, you know. Did that make sense? Like, I will never compare to somebody like Ram Dass or Ramana Maharshi or Neem Karoli Baba or Alan Watts or any of these people that told me a lot of shit. But here I am, saying all that shit that they've told me. Saying it all, talking about it all, thinking it all myself. Now, just because I'm somebody who's not enlightened or Indian or a philosopher or what have you, I'm not going to hold back what I do. I'm not going to hold back, you know, I just rattle shit off. I just rattle shit off and look at it afterwards and go, that was a good idea, or that wasn't that good of an idea. And I fuck shit up and I do shit right, and I change and I don't change, and I change and I don't change, and I change for the better, I change for the worse, never mind, I changed for the better. You know, it's just this, I do things, I say things happen in response to all of that. And here I am. And what do I experience when I come to that awareness of being? Something that's free is what I come to. Something that's open and boundless and eternal for now. I could tell you infinite up until the day I died. I could tell you I'm an infinite being until you watch me die. Now I just can't tell you I'm infinite. That's all that's changed. See what I mean when I say it's a free-for-all or a play, Leela, which is actually this cat's name. This cat's name is Leela. Every time I see her, every time she irritates me, it's the divine play. It's Leela. It's all just a show. It's a drama being acted out. And I play my part, she plays her part, everybody plays their parts, and we all do it so damn well. We all do it so good. To the point we think it's real. We think, I'm really irritated. Oh, I'm depressed. They got me so fucking angry. Oh, I'm happy. Life is finally complete, you know? All these different trips and drama scenarios. And in the background is just this, like, massive video game map that everybody's just playing on. And nobody's considering or aware of the fact that they're on this massive fucking plane. This massive plane of experience. They're here to be a character, you know? But you can break free of that character. You can break down that character and just find yourself in the plane. You are this entire fucking plane. You are just here. There's no reason why. You can make it up. There's no foundational reason why you're here right now, besides making it up yourself and settling for that one. No point. No meaning. Not even a you for there to be meaning for. How could the idea of meaning be supplied to another idea? That other idea being who you think you are. Statements like, there has to be meaning to this, there's got to be a reason this is all happening. How could an idea supply another idea with meaning? Real meaning, not just making more of the story up by thinking more about it. But how do you get meaning? There is no meaning. It's a thought. It's an idea, is what I'm getting at. You think meaning is this separate thing that is foundational, but you made it up, or were told about it and believed it. Me sitting here thinking there is no meaning, in a paradoxical way, my mind formulates that as that's the meaning, is that there is no meaning. But that's just bypassing the fucking understanding. You know? It's just doing loops around itself. I just told you there's no meaning. Why are you thinking that's the meaning? You don't even have to be thinking that. It's just this feeling that you've got it. Okay, there's no meaning. Yes, I did it now. I understand. It's definitely a weight off your shoulders, but it doesn't mean you fucking got anything. It's just another way you look at life. Meaningless. And it helped you. Other people may look at life as meaningless and it hurts. Nobody's getting anything. So I think I'm going to end the video here. This was another Freestyle Philosophy where I just surprise attack video on my part and on your part if you're watching it, where I don't even know what I'm talking about. I just start talking while a video is being recorded and then upload that video. So, like I usually say, if you've watched all this way through, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, because, you know, it shows me that people are actually looking into these videos, and not as much how I represent things, but how things can be represented. They're potentially seeing new ways in which reality is being represented. So, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will be back with more.